Best of 5. We've got our second semifinal match. It's Nush versus Toxiic. First match was a 3-0 sweep for Mozzarella. An unexpected result, but an exciting one. We'll see if Mozzarella can continue his flurry in the grand finals. He'll be waiting the winner of this match. Nush will be the first to strike. And I want to say, yesterday, Nush was a big favorite, as were all of the top seeded players, the invited players. And Nush had a very risky style of play. Now, I haven't seen a ton of Nush play playing 1v1s, but from what I gather, that is just the style that he plays, you know? And so I wonder if today we will see a little bit more caution in his game, or will he play just as high risk as we saw yesterday? Air dribble bump attempt. Unable to make contact on Toxiic, so now it's Toxiic the other way. That's a very aggressive dive and read. Nush off the ceiling. Lots of confidence to open the series. Toxic's a high IQ player. I think he'll make necessary adjustments. Oh, man. He's positioned fairly well, but Nush, just crazy mechanical prowess. Flip reset. He pops it over to the top. Back side of the net. It's such a stark contrast from what we saw yesterday. Nush, first game yesterday, he fell down 5-0 in the first minute. But today, he is locked in. It's a good touch from Toxiic on the backboard. Nush just continuing to apply aggressive pressure. Toxiic shows the ceiling challenge. Drives back down the backboard. Worked out for him this time. Another conservative decision. Toxiic not wanting to give Nush any easy opportunities. It's one thing to be outplayed and for Nush to earn the goal. It's a different thing for Toxiic to make a mistake and give him a freebie. He knows that Nush is going to earn some goals, probably quite a few. But I think this is the proper strategy. He's got to make him earn them. Not give him any freebies, because when he can do this, you cannot afford to give him freebies. Incredible reset. Musty slings it just under the crossbar. Oh man, he's feeling it. Look at this double reset, looking for the third. Toxiic low 50. He's kept it simple, but effective. Has to quickly accelerate that. You see the recovery for Nush. nearly back in time. Strong kickoff. Toxic's back within one. And this right here, I think, is just the most accurate opening that I, could have predicted. Toxic playing a smart, patient counterattack strategy. Nush playing aggressive, risky. I think this is exactly how the series is going to unfold. It's going to just be who can execute their style a bit better. For now, Toxic has done well to keep the game close, capitalize on the opportunities that he does receive, and as I said earlier, just minimize what he gives Nush. Nush is going to earn plenty of scoring opportunities. He's going to absolutely outplay Toxic. It's just going to happen. But until this play right here, I feel like Toxic has done a good job of forcing Nush to earn, difficult. He's made it difficult for Nush to score. Of course, Nush makes it look easy. Right there, a little bit of a ambitious dive. Nush on low boost, still able to get the goal. Tied at 6. Long shot for Toxic, maybe wide. He's demoed him anyways, and it's in. Toxic reclaims the lead. 1:23 left to play. If you were around for yesterday's matches, I think this is similar in, philosophy, play style, similar to what we saw from Brake versus Nush. The difference is, I think Toxic will be able to keep pace with Nush a little bit better than Brake did. I also think Toxic will be a bit more consistent in both offense and defense. Bumped Nush out of the way and earned an 8th. And if you were here yesterday and watched Toxic's match, this will come as no surprise. He was clinical yesterday. It's the second time this backflip challenge has bit Toxic. We'll see if he continues to decide. We'll see if he continues to use that, or will he make the adjustment? Another big kickoff win. That was critical. We'll give him that one goal buffer once again. Obviously, with a single goal difference, anything can happen at 0 seconds. We've seen it countless times. This extra goal here will bring a little bit of relief to Toxic. He'll have to hold it, though. 20 seconds remain. He's on low boost. Nush, wrong opportunity here. Put a good shot on target, but Toxic good for the save. And that should burn enough time off the clock. Nush will maintain possession, but just doesn't have the time left. Looking for one more. Not going to find it. Toxic will take the game 1 win. Ooh. Oh, Toxic has just stolen all the boost down here in the blue side. Nush. A few wall dashes allow him to progress the ball forward a bit, but he'll still need to be careful. Chosen to back off and give Toxic loads of space. Ball carry for Toxic. Fake flick. Looks for the chip shot to the backside. But after Nush makes the save, he's collected possession, a strong flick. Oh, Toxic has deleted him off the pitch. Oh, Nush missed the corner. Critical mistake. In fact, probably should have been a scoring opportunity, or an opportunity at least. I would say, go so far as to say a goal for Toxic, but poor attempt ended up turning possession over to Nush. However, we find ourselves right back in the same position. Toxic, a huge resource advantage, and this time he will capitalize. It's an incredible flick. Finds that near side top corner. Low 50 for Nush, and he takes his time. I don't mind this, as long as he's able to put it away. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. He knows Toxic will be rushing back. Confidently tucks the shot behind him. Locked at one. Nush will have the next possession as well. Double reset. Second touch kind of gets away from him, so Toxic veers away from the bump attempt. Both players missed the back corner. Oh man, I mean, what a perfect outplay. Toxic just completely read what Nush was planning to do. This is actually the thing that Nush has beaten Toxic on a couple times throughout game one. That, midfield area reverse challenge. Nush didn't completely dive in with a dodge backwards, but it was a similar outcome. Toxic pulling that ball just up the wall and around his opponent. And he has just really dominated the kickoff game. That was the difference maker in the last series between Mozzarella and Joriez. And it looks like maybe the difference maker here in the second semifinal as well. Oh, Nush gets a little help. He's looked near post, trying to quickly hustle this along before Toxic can spawn back in. As I said, the shot was probably going to bounce off the post and maybe out. Of course, you never know. It may bounce across the goal line, and Toxic may still concede. Again, close quarters encounter following kickoff. Toxic comes away with a goal. Once again, he's on top by 2. And Nush is just going to have to, he's got to make some adjustments. And maybe that comes in the form of fakes, delayed kickoffs, introducing new strategies. But at the moment, Toxic has just, he's been able to win nearly every kickoff. Double reset for Nush. It cost him his full boost tank, so Toxic won't be under much pressure. Nush does well to force a giveaway. This is a better setup. Early reset got a few different options, and he rifles another musty flick on target. And this is when it's dangerous, when he keeps it close, achieves an early reset, gives himself a few different options. He can always fake there. He can come down to the ground and wave dash catch. He can go for the low 50. There are so many different options that Toxiic has to read for an excellent flick. Oh! The ground pitch up to the crossbar. Always impressive when players can lift this ball up with that ground pinch. Nush has put together back-to-back beautiful plays. And with that, he's tied things up. Long shot to try to catch Toxiic off his line. It's not going to happen often with Toxiic. A disciplined player, like I said earlier, a high IQ player. I think this is the kind of game that Nush thrives in, where he can take a chance, requires a big save for Toxiic. He gets to pull things back to his own side. Reminds me of some Diaz gameplay. This time, Nush able to force a low 50 past Toxiic. I really thought Toxiic would recover in time to keep that out, but just couldn't turn quickly enough. So Nush has grabbed himself a lead. Smart play. Toxiic manipulates the 50 perfectly. Score on the long shot. Tied at 5, 33 seconds left. And I think this is a critical win for Nush. Obviously, not a hot take there, but you don't want to be in a situation where you are required to reverse sweep. Especially against a player like Toxiic. As I said, high IQ player. He's not one to over-aggress. He's not one to take unnecessary risks. He's a disciplined player. In an awkward spot here, though. Uh-oh. Nush lifts it up over the top. Unable to achieve the reset. Actually, he may be in trouble. Toxiic can keep this alive. He's looking for the air drill bump, but I think it's hitting the crossbar. He wants one more chance. Toxiic lays it up perfectly, decides to go low with the catch, take his time. He wants an air dribble bump here. Actually sets up for the reset. Oh, looks for the dunk. But Nush stops it at the goal line. Overtime for game 2. Oh, man. Anticlimactic there. Nush just really didn't have the time to go for the corner boost. He should not have swung so wide. I know it's tough to play defense on low boost, especially as Toxiic collects that midfield, but you just put yourself in such a bind when you swing out into the corner like that. And Toxiic knew it, took advantage of it. Now he's on match point. Maybe just had to pop out for maybe something different, maybe a boost or change, or who knows. No way. No way. What is this 50? Oh my gosh. Toxiic. Just big body. I mean, that challenge started in the corner and swept across the entire face of the net before Toxiic knocked it across the goal line. And someone here in the chat said it. So far, Toxiic just has been the more intelligent of the two. He's had such a good read on the game. And no discredit to Nush. You know, his mechanics they're going to test any player. And there are definitely plays where Toxiic just does not have an answer. but he's trying to, and successfully, in my opinion, minimize how frequently those plays occur through smart possessions, controlled play, smart positioning. And a big part of it is the kickoff game. Toxic is making sure that he does not give, you know, he may not be winning every kickoff, but he's not giving Nush huge advantages in the kickoff. Oh, wow. And Toxic is the one on 0 boost here. You know, the advantage is in Nush's favor, but a bump and an awkward recovery will give Toxic his second goal. Oh, that is... Well, how did Nush do that? Where did he even come from? That is fantastic. Oh, my goodness! How does Toxic keep this out? Another fantastic save. He'll be stuck on low boost. Actually, Nush unable to punish. Such a strong opportunity there. Messed up his flip reset. Now it's Toxic pushing the other way. Wow. I mean, Toxic is just... Instead of trying to match Nush pace, instead of allowing Nush to dictate things, Toxic's just letting the aggression, letting the urgency and the pace from Nush outplay himself. Toxic has been so patient, absorbing challenges when Nush is diving aggressively. As you can see right there, just allowing him to win the challenge. This time it will work out in Nush's favor. Toxic was hoping for a bump, but just the quick break check for Nush allows him to avoid it. There it is once again, Nush. Aggressive dive into the opponent's corner. And it's just, he just doesn't have another gear. You know, Nush is in top speed at all times. You see him collect this ball on the right wall with 50 boosts, and you think, you know, 50 boosts in the tank is going to be a deterrent. You wouldn't, there are very few players that are still going to, you know, stretch themselves mechanically and push for a, you know, a big time aerial play, flip reset, a double touch, etc. But Nush, you know, he's not going to tone it down. He's not going to slow down. He's going to push the limits every time. And Toxic has figured out a way to deal with it. Oh, that is a perfectly placed shot. He bounces straight up. Nush with a big resource advantage. Oh my goodness. Look at that bounce. Big kickoff win for Nush. Oh, that's excellent. That is impressive. He really, I mean, he has to put together something special here. Toxic will be back in time. He's got a narrow angle to work with. So instead of taking the immediate shot, bounces off the backboard, achieves that flip reset. Places the shot well. 4-all. Early reset. This is where he's most dangerous. It's glued to the nose. So many options. He can fire this to the backboard and double touch it down. Obviously, like this, he can go low. He can completely fake and play for the follow-up ground play. Obviously, he could take a shot to either corner. The aerial plays where Nush achieves the reset essentially immediately and is able to keep the ball glued to his car. are seemingly impossible to stop. Unfortunately for Nush, he has followed it up with a mistake here. He should be saving this. It's a well-placed flick for Toxic. And maybe he would have eventually conceded anyways. That's not a mistake I would expect from a player of Nush's caliber. Again, the simple play from Toxic. He's awarded with a shot opportunity. Nush will make it back in time. Both players fan out, hoping for a big boost grab. Nush will eventually get the midfield boost. Oh, that's well done. A little bit of hesitation in the corner. Wrong foot's Toxic. He just rips a shot to the far side. Nush ahead by 1. Toxic is just slamming this ball around the field. I don't think that... Oh, actually, it will have the power. What is this recovery from Nush? He picked up the midfield boost, and I thought he would for sure be back in time. Actually, it's just a well-struck shot, Toxic. Able to equalize inside the final 60 seconds. And you can see the difference there as we're watching from Toxic's POV. Nush may still get a goal here. That was a big-time demo. Shot is on target. But if you reflect back to that aerial attempt, the reset ended up kind of recoiling away from Nush. And so when the ball is, you know, a ball length, 2 ball lengths away, it makes reading the play a little bit easier for his opponent. Toxic may be getting one here. Nush is in panic mode on the goal line, desperately wanting to hold this 1-goal lead. He survived. In fact, an aggressive play awards him with a demo. No way. That would have been absolutely disgusting. He'll find the near corner. Nush ahead by 2 with 10 seconds left. In a great position to get his first game victory in the series. Oh my gosh! Is it going in? Wow. Nush with minimal boost in the tank, able to put together a very impressive psycho clear, which confirms the Game 3 win. We head to Game 4, and that was a little bit more back and forth. Now, I think in the prior 2 games, specifically with kickoffs, Toxic found a way to either go neutral or win the kickoff. But throughout Game 3, there were definitely some kickoff wins for Nush. I don't recall any kickoff goals, although there definitely could have been. But there were certainly some instances of Nush having a strong position following kickoff. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, he just zoomed right past it. Oh my. You know what? It's comforting knowing that the best players on Earth do some of the things that I do so frequently. Oh, Toxic's made a mistake. He botched his wall dash. Deep in Nush's half the field with 0 boost. He's made it back in time. Strong 50 will buy him some time for pads. Still a big advantage for Nush, and again, this is where it's most dangerous. That shot is high. Toxic continues to survive, but only for a moment. Nush Rips a shot on target. Tied us up at 1. Oh, he went all in there. Actually done well to delay Toxic's counter. Ooh. Toxic can be frustrated with that. If he had landed the wave dash, it would have been a for sure goal. It's a little bit too slow getting this on target. Nush able to demo Toxic. Just the side dodge was enough to accelerate to the demolition speed. Toxic unable to get around this. Put the shot on target, but a bump. May provide him with an opportunity. In fact, Nush quick to apply pressure in the midfield. Wow, that is... Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. A string of low boost mechanics for Toxic. You see him wave dash along the wall here. Quickly turn and fire a clear. The zap dash gives him just enough speed to win the race to the next touch. And he's poked it past Nush. Kickoff win. Toxic puts in a third. Toxic, his kickoff wins are not just a strong possession. He's getting genuine kickoff goals. And winning these kickoffs so directly that it's generating an immediate chance. There's 2 back-to-back. Closing in on the halfway mark for game number 4. And then even when... Oh, man, what a flick. Toxic can't put the first one away, but he's there for the rebound. Oh, my gosh, look at the power on that. Wow. Pretty favorable bounce, to be honest. Toxic is deep in Nush's half with no boost in the tank. Would have been a fantastic counter opportunity, but in the blink of an eye, Toxic has amassed a 4-goal lead, and he's probably going to be scoring again. In fact, it's a pull shot. Nush will provide the power, and Toxic will take the goal. And it's going to take a near-perfect game from this point forward for Nush. Another strong flick. Toxic has found the far post. 7-1 for Toxic. That spree of kickoffs right there where he put 2 back-to-back on target, had another strong possession on the 3rd kickoff. That is just so frustrating. Nush will finally have a possession. Oh, and it looks like he is just checked out mentally. That is a bad sign right there. Toxic's going to put in an 8th. We might get the GG call right here. He's going to keep fighting. As I said earlier, it's going to take near perfection. And the clock is heavily on Toxic's side. There it is. GG's. Toxic will take the victory.